have to grow from a staff development standpoint. You got to grow, whether you're a business owner. You're always looking at changing, always looking at what's the next thing out there, what's on the cutting edge, what can you do to stay ahead of the game. People are trying to catch us, people are trying to study us, and so we've got to stay ahead of the game, and that's something I've really taken a lot of pride in. All the way back into my coaching high school ball. I really took a lot of pride in going and learning and forcing ourselves to change a little bit too. And if you're not growing, you're obviously falling backwards.
Talk about Cole's development here, and also his patience to stay at Clemson when he.
Yeah, I think Cole's is having a really good spring right now. I think Chad's having a really good spring. I think it's a great battle for the number 2 job right now, without a doubt. They're pushing each other left and right. Chad had a really good day today. Cole had a good day. We see these guys really pushing each other. You really see Cole's maturity level is, being this 3rd year in it now. I've been really proud of Cole and where he is. But there's it's not a lot by no means, but he's definitely making he's pushing, and he's having a much better spring this year than he did last year.
Cole obviously has more experience and maturity.
Yeah.
But does Chad have superior tools across the board, or are there things Cole does better than?
Well, I think they each have their own unique qualities that make each one of them, sets each one of them apart. Obviously Chad's a little faster, and where Cole is a little bit more confident in what he's doing. Because he's been in it 3 years, and so you're really seeing his veteranism, I guess that's so to speak, kind of pay off. I mean, he's that veteran ball player. Where Chad this is his first full spring in it, and he's learning as he goes. And so there's a lot more impulse decisions maybe that Chad's making right now. It's because he's kind of a rookie in this thing right now, but still doing really good. I'm really proud of all of them.
What are you seeing out of Isaiah Battle there, and what does he need to do to kind of take over that spot in your mind?
Yeah, he needs to become more consistent. I can tell you what he needs to do real quick. He needs to become more consistent. He's got to make his mind up. This is what he wants to do. I mean, it's time to either do it and say, hey, I'm taking ownership of this thing. I'm taking this job because we obviously all know what he can do. We saw it against one of the best defenses in the country, and now we got to parlay that into practice. And we got to practice with that type of mentality and that attitude the whole time, and not just whenever he wants to.
What's the timetable for sort of settling that battle between Cole and Chad?
I don't know if it'll be neck and neck all the way into spring and all the way through fall camp. In my opinion, I mean, I hope they push each other because they're making each other better, and it makes us better. It makes the future. With these guys right here is really good. I'm really proud of both of them and how they're pushing each other, and that's exactly what's got to happen. So I don't think there is a timetable. I guess you could say at the end of spring, okay, coming out of spring, these guys are neck and neck, or one's maybe a little ahead of the other, but we're going to get back to fall camp. I don't really care what happened in spring. It's all about fall camp at that point, and who's going to show up. And so I can say this: a year ago, Cole Stout. His spring he didn't have a very good spring. He didn't have a focus about himself. He didn't have the drive that he had his first year, and he lost a lot of ground. And so coming into fall camp, he knew that we had some young guys coming on that were going to push him. And he realized he had to make a decision, that this is what he wanted. And so I think we're going to be in the same boat when we get back into it in the fall camp again. Again, they're both doing really well. And that's exciting as a coordinator, as a part of this program. I mean, to know that you've got 2 guys that are pushing each other.